Welcome, all you mid peasants, to this week's review episode of House of the Dragon. I am your host, Katherine, joined by everyone's favorite House of the Dragon fan, Jordan. So let's get these peasants informed with our takes on this week's episode.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Mid Podcast. It's Katherine and Jordan back to review Episode 6, titled Small Folk from House of the Dragon Season 2. So, Jordan, this was this was an episode. That's all I can say.
This was an episode. Um it the things that stuck out to me were Damon again. So the dreams are getting on my nerves per usual. Um because they keep showing them. I'm like, okay, how much it's at this point it's just filler. However, it was hilarious when he snapped out of the dreams and the whole Alice Rivers situation was hilarious when she said give it 3 days time and like the something will change. And the fact that he was, oh my God, it was hilarious. He was asking for that kid to kill his father,
Her
grandfather.
grandfather?
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, his
Grandfather.
grandfather.
And that that's what happened. I'm like, oh my God. Like it shouldn't be funny, but me thinking just mentally I was going back to him asking him to kill his grandfather that he loved. Like that it was hilarious. I laughed. So that stuck out. The gift to the common folk, which we'll get into. Um, Also I didn't expect them to kiss. Um, and then I'm pretty sure Sheep Stealer is gonna be claimed by Reyna. And I'm glad that Otto will be the hand again. Hopefully he doesn't like die soon. I know he's on the greens and I don't fucking like the greens, but I do like him. So, um, and then also Sea Smoke. I found it interesting that he or she, Sea Smoke, decided what person would be their dragon rider. That was interesting. And I'm glad with who they chose because he's fine as hell. I'd pick him as well. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So, I always break mine down by character. So, we'll talk about Aegon first, or Darth Aegon, as we like to call him on our show.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
say the makeup department did a great job. They did a wonderful job on him.
Yeah.
And then I put in my notes that he wanted to be like Aemon so bad and only have one eye.
Oh my God. He's like Two-Face at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like like straight down the middle. Like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't stop on the face. Yeah.
Moving on to his brother, Aemond. I put this guy is so arrogant. In the words of Darth Sidious to Master Yoda, your arrogance blinds you.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like he doesn't care what anybody else has to say. It's gonna be his way or the highway.
Yeah. I
And
I
there is
will
nothing I
say
wouldn't put past him doing now.
yeah. I will say and I forgot about the things he did in this episode until you mentioned him. I loved what he said to Allison. He kind of put her in her place. Like I feel bad for her, kind of, but also like you had it coming. Like the way you treated your best friend, you deserve all of this.
Mm-hmm. You created all this mess.
Yes. Also, in my notes, I didn't mention it, but considering I just noticed your background and who's in it, Cheese's dog, made an appearance in this episode, and I'm so happy. I'm happy that he's still alive. But yeah.
My cat is trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Oh, speaking of animals.
Yeah, Maxwell Venom is just deciding what he wants to do.
Oh,
Okay, so Sir Christian. So I was thrilled that he was not the primary focus of this episode,
yeah,
and
same.
he actually kept his dick in his pants for an episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And the I found it funny that um what's his face? Blue-eyed, blue eye, freaking asked him to go to freaking what was it? To Heron Hall with like half an army.
Hmm.
That was hilarious. He was like, get fucked. You can die, bitch. It's okay. That was hilarious.
Moving on to Allison, she is now giving me dumb bitch vibes.
Oh, she's always been giving that, but it's more
Like,
apparent now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it radiated in this episode. I put
Yeah,
you created this mess, and now you are acting like, what did I do?
yeah. Like it really just goes to show you like if you if you lead with like jealousy, envy, malicious intent, it shows not only through what through your actions, but your offspring's actions.
Hmm.
Versus the black side, she leads with love, like honor, integrity, and like it shows through her children. They're not killing each other. They're not like bickering and yeah, yeah,
Moving on to Damon, I put I am about over him. Either make his character arc be strong and badass or nothing. I'm over the part of him going crazy.
yeah.
However, it is pretty cool that they're using his hallucinations to have every possible cameo appearance that could be.
True. Yeah, I was excited that we got to see like a bunch of people from like the first season. That made me happy. Um, however, I'm still so fucking sick of these dragon dreams. Like, I swear to God, we better not get any. Like, wait, okay, we got two more episodes.
Hmm.
Well, in the finale, we better not get any. And if we do, well, even
Oh,
for the next episode,
they're gonna give you one at the finale, and it's gonna be the last scene, and then everybody's gonna be like, "What the?"
so I will say that if they do more dragon dreams, they better be like foretelling, like hinting at the future. I mean, these were as well, kinda, but but I need something a little bit more stronger. Like if they're gonna do more of them in the last two episodes.
Yep. Moving on to Corlius, you can still see that he is grieving, but he's still being the royal that he is, so he's not like grieving in public, but he still
Yeah,
has that I'm in charge attitude, like, okay, you're gonna set sail with me. Um, is what he told
yeah,
Alan, like, you're gonna be my first mate, and I was like, oh, you better listen to daddy.
yeah. I'm glad that he's claiming his bastard children. Also, I didn't notice this until I seen somebody pick it out. Until I seen somebody like well mention it. Um, the bald-headed dude, he's shaving his head. I didn't
Yeah, he
even
don't want
realize
nobody to
that. And
know. He doesn't want
Yeah,
nobody to
that he
know
has
that he
blonde
has
hair.
like the white hair.
Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting considering that the one at the end of this episode that will be writing Adam Hall, um he doesn't have blonde hair, but apparently it like doesn't always come through. So I found that interesting. Maybe his hair will turn white like eventually. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. He starts riding sea smoke. He might turn white.
Mm.
All right. So,
Well, I could say something smart. Not smart, sexual, but I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna say it.
oh, okay.
But yeah.
Moving on to Jace. This episode made me feel like he is a typical male in this era and not trusting his mother's judgment. Now I'm wondering if he would pull an Aemon and go after the throne.
I'm trying to remember who Jace is.
Her son, dark haired,
Alicent's
no,
or
Rhaenyra's.
oh, the handsome one with
Mm-hmm.
the jawline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was kind of giving Zoolander in the last episode. Yeah. That would piss me off. I hope he doesn't, but he did. He was pretty cocky in the last episode. Well, in the one before this. Did we even see him in this episode? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he was in this episode.
I'm trying to remember what
He
he
didn't have that many
did or
lines
something.
though.
Yeah. But yeah, he was cocky in the one before this though. That he yeah. I think he was only cocky in the last ep or in the episode before this only be I think he was only cocky because he was getting like stir crazy because he's like locked up there and can't really do anything. So of course he wants to like rebel and kind of take things in his own hands and yeah.
All right, moving on to our next segment called Topics. There are only 2 episodes of House of the Dragon left until we have to wait another 2 years for season 3. What are you gonna do in those two
two
years, Jordan?
years.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it was.
What you gonna do in those 2 years?
I don't know.
Con me into
I
watching
mean,
Game of Thrones?
I was about to say, yeah, honestly, I'm down to for that. I think there might be another spin-off series that will premiere in between now and then. I don't know for sure though, but that's what I've heard.
Well, that would be good.
Yeah.
Next topic. This season has been boring in the Damon aspect. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah. It kind of I mean, I do enjoy seeing his dragon, but as far as him, I will say aside from the dragon dreams, he's kind of been fucking hilarious. Like like aside from that, like him like asking a kid to kill his grandpa is that will never not be unfunny. Oh, that will never not be funny. Um, yeah. And then what was the other one? I can't remember. But there was some more funny scenes. I think it was in the last episode. But yeah. But I but with the Dragon Dreams and so many of them like that aren't that relevant, kinda. It's getting annoying and it's kind of boring. It's like every time I see his character, I'm like, wait, what's gonna happen next? And should I care?
So Alicent mentions her son Darren, and this is what we know about him so far. He's 16, clever, living in Old Town, serving as ward. His dragon, which I am probably going to fuck up this name, Tesseron has taken wing and he is kind and beloved. What the fuck happened to his brothers?
So I heard people talking about that.
And
I
why did
don't,
she send him away?
I think he might, I don't think he's going to be on the green side, especially if he's kind and beloved, because they're not. I don't know. Well, I obviously hope he goes to the Team Black, but I don't know. I mean, if he does go to Team Green, he might be my favorite character on Team Green because he seems like a fantastic person. I think I did see like a drawing of his dragon. I think it's blue. So I'm gonna be curious to see how they make turn that into live action. Like hopefully he really is blue. Yeah. I think in the books his dragon is blue, but yeah, we'll see.
What was your thought on watching Allison getting removed from the small council? I thought it was so fulfilling.
It really was. I'm like, oh my God, this is what dreams are made of. Like, I was so happy. I mean, a little sliver of me felt bad for her, but again, she deserves it.
I think those small folk had enough of her little schemes, and they're
Oh yeah.
turning. You can see they're starting to turn on the Greens because, I mean, you're basically starving your people.
Yeah, that little gift it was the icing on the cake.
So evidently, the writer of these books, George R. R. Martin, says once a dragon had bonded with its rider, it will not allow anyone else to mount it while its rider is alive unless accompanied by their rider. So, does this mean that Lenor is dead? Could he have died off screen?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Um, yeah, because Sea Smoke was his,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I don't know. Well, he did say that, but there's some dragon things that are like in the book or that he said that doesn't really seem to apply to the show. Like, I don't think in the books, I don't know if Sea Smoke actually went out and picked Adam Hall. I don't I don't know in the books if like dragons actually sometimes pick their riders. I don't know if that's ever happened. Um but I am pretty sure that like there are some differences. So I don't know, but I don't want him to I guess I'm saying I don't want him to be dead. Because I like that character a lot. Um I don't know, maybe his dragon just kind of realized like, oh yeah, he's not coming back. At least not anytime soon. So I guess it's time for me to find somebody else. But yeah,
So,
what do
see,
you think?
I
Oh,
don't know. I don't want him to be dead. I'd like to see him like come back and shock everybody. Like, yeah, I
yes.
fooled
Oh
you
my
all
God.
just because I wanted to get away and live my
Right.
own life.
Like, yes. No, matter of fact, and I just thought about it. Yeah. Have him come back when like, well, I mean, we're kind of already at this point. I'm like jumping ahead of myself before I'm even saying it, but like have him come back when there's like not that many people on the black side, but we're kind of already at that point because there's not that many dragon riders. But I don't know. Maybe come back at like at a point like even more dire. I don't know.
Hmm.
And then like jump on a dragon and save the day. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, because now like he doesn't have to answer to fucking Allison. Fuck that bitch. Like now nobody cares like if if he's gay or sleeping with people that other than Rhaenyra, like nobody cares. The only people that care are the people that don't matter. So fuck them. They'll probably burn anyways. So yeah.
So Sea Smoke was abandoned by Laenor, but then latches onto another Valerian man to replace the one that abandoned him. And we find out that Sea Smoke chooses Adam, and then he really had a type. Talking about Sea Smoke first, Laenor, now Adam. All the prettiest Valerian men are his.
I don't blame him at all. Sea Smoke is I want to be him when I grow
Sea Smoke just likes to
up.
find men. That's all it is to it.
He's got
He just
excellent
knows to find
taste.
men.
He does. And
Can he hook a girl up? Can
I
he hook a guy up? I mean, come on.
for real though. For real though. Any of them could ride me. The joke I was gonna make earlier was I bet what was it? What we were talking about. Oh, you because you said that if Adam Hall rides Sea Smoke long enough, maybe he'll turn white. I'm like, well, maybe if I ride Adam Hall long enough, I will
His
turn
hair turn white.
I will turn white. Oh my God.
You gonna make that man's hair turn white. Damn, Jordan.
I'd make his and mine. Shit, mine's like a little bit there. There's some grays in there, but yeah.
I just got mine done Friday, so you can't see it because I got a hat on. But yeah, I got all my hair cut off and everything. After the show, I'll take my hat off and show you.
Yeah,
Huh.
I got a haircut Saturday. It was time. It was
Yeah.
time.
I got mine
It was a
colored
fro.
and my mom paid for it. Try to make me feel better.
Nice.
But my hairdresser off subject real quick. She's like, "Well, what do you want done to your hair?" I was like, "I don't know. What do you think?" She's like, "Well, it'd be cute this way." I said, "Do whatever you want as long as you don't make me bald." So I have a new style, new everything. But anyway,
Nice.
back to the show. Cheese's dog has shown up in nearly every episode, and I think he should be the star of the show.
He should be the one to take the throne, as you've shown in your picture. Yes,
He's probably the
he is
brightest one out of all of them.
the facts. The most loyal, the kindest. Yeah,
So Damon has all this smoke for Sir Simon, but does not suspect that it's Alice Rivers doing all this shit to him. The woman literally is an admitted witch, and he still thinks it's Simon doing all this shit.
yeah, like this, and that's the most annoying part. I'm like, you really must be on drugs to be thinking this way. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, she's told you she's a witch. Like, damn, common sense is not common. Oh my
Evidently not for
God.
him. Do you get the feeling since Grover Tully died that maybe Allison had him killed for Damon? Because she did say, do
Grover
nothing
Tully.
now, wait 3 days because the winds are going to shift.
Oh, absolutely. And I didn't, I found it funny. That shit was hilarious. Like, she answered your prayers. That it was just so funny to me. Oh my God. Because the moment that happened and I realized who it was, because they showed the little kid, I'm like, oh no. Like I kind of felt bad, but then I think about the conversation that he had, like it was so unserious. Like, yeah, you should kill your grandfather. And then he's like,
But I
but
love
I love
him.
my grandfather. But don't you want to be like,
Don't
don't you
you
want to
want
help
to,
out? You
don't
should
you
do
want your
it.
inheritance?
Right, exactly. I was like, what the fuck? Like it was so it was so fucked up that it was funny. Like, and same thing for this for that scene in this episode. it was so fucked up that it was funny.
So speaking of Damon in one of his dreams, he's dreaming of fixing his mistakes, and we see him mourning Amia with Viserys. So like in his mind, is he thinking, okay, I'm gonna go back and fix all the shit that I did wrong, even though you're really not fixing it because it's in the past?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And then we
That
have,
scene was really weird. Huh?
yeah, like it was just like out of nowhere. And then we
Yeah,
have Lady Rhaena and Prince Joffrey seeing a pile of burned sheep in the Vale. Is Sheep Stealer coming?
absolutely. It like, oh my God, I was so excited. And then the what's her face? The Queen of the Vale or whatever. She was when what's her face? When Rhaena mentioned it to her, she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, bitch, you knew all this time that you had a bigger dragon and you're just like, oh, that's not mine. That's a stray. The fuck? But yeah, she's absolutely gonna be the rider for Sheep Stealer. Hopefully it happens this season because I would love to see it. I would love to see her like become a dragon rider because you can tell she's like, I'm so sick of being stuck in this castle. Like, give me something to do. Give me a dragon to ride. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
So moving on to our next segment, the best tweets I've seen. The first one, does the dragon need to see proof of death in order to switch riders, or can they just read the obituary instead?
Oh my God. Not the obituary. I mean, that really going back to what you said, like that really does make me like wonder how they're gonna do that. Like, I hope he's not dead. I'm sorry. I just hope he's not dead.
I hope he's not neither. He just abandoned that life. Our
Yeah.
second
But I do want
text,
him to come back.
yeah, our second tweet I seen. Jacaerys texting Damon from Dragonstone like, Dad, come home. Your ex is putting the moves on mom.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
And the third one, which is my favorite, feed Alicent to the small folk. She likes to be eaten alive.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That
Mm-mm.
one was my favorite. I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, they're not.
So let me get your thoughts on this. In this episode, we got to see baby Stormcloud. What did you think of the baby dragon?
It was so cute. It was so cute. I love seeing baby dragons. Makes me think of the original series, Game of Thrones. Like they were like little puppies. Um, yeah. Hopefully we get to see more of baby Stormcloud and the other baby dragons. I love that name. Like the names of these dragons are just so beautiful. Stormcloud, Sea Smoke. I love it.
So, do you watch the opening, like when the music is playing,
Mm,
or do you skip it?
typically, I skip through it because I
Well,
mean it is interesting, but and I know it changes um pretty much every episode. But yeah.
but the new opening showed the battle at Rook's Rest and the death of Rhaenyra and Meleys.
Mm, R.I.P.
Yep.
R.I.P.
So let me get your thought on this. I found the difference between Jace and Aemon. Jace says, My ruler is my mother, and I do not wish it otherwise. Aemon, I'm sure you'll be much pleased to return to your more domesticated pursuits.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Domesticated pursuits.
It,
Like,
it
okay, so you're saying that she's a oh, what's that word that they're using now for like
a
wives
traditional
that
wife.
are trad wife? Yeah, you're saying that she's a trad wife now? That's the term now for it. Um yeah, that was it was such an insult considering like knowing how, how do I say it? Because we kind of have like an inside look of like what she wants. Like she wants maybe not to. I don't think she wants to be queen, but I think she wants to like
Still hold some
obviously
power.
for her. Yeah, she wants for her sons to fucking listen to her, and they're not. And so being a traditional wife is definitely not what she wants. I don't even think she really wants a husband
I don't think she does
after,
neither.
especially, yeah, I think she's done with that.
I put in parentheses for her domestic pursuits. Yeah, like getting her vagina licked. That is her version of being domestic.
For real though. Letting people like play with her feet, is that domestic for her? Like,
Yeah,
would we consider that domestic?
probably for her.
Yeah.
So our next segment called Fun Fact. Did you know Ian Mitchell, who plays Eamon, says he never made eye contact with Matt Smith while filming House of the Dragon until the dinner scene in season one.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe because he felt intimidated by him. I don't know. That's
That's what
interesting
I was
though.
thinking.
Yeah. He does have a very RBF face, resting bitch face.
He does, but that's what makes his personality pretty good and all
Yeah.
his character work.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. What would you grade this episode out of 10?
Oh. Hmm. I honestly, considering that's tough. Considering how good this season has been, I'd say like a 6 or 7. What about you?
I'd probably give it a 6. There was some character building and story progression, but it was just kind of slow.
Yeah. I'm really hoping the next 2 episodes really pick up because I need it.
Then I have one more question. Who needs a DNA test when you got dragons?
Yeah. But I mean, clearly dragons are picky. Well, who needs a DNA test? Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter because they're gonna pick who they want to pick.
Mm-hmm.
You could be pure blood. You could be like, what's the word? Like, you could be not a bastard, like within the bloodline, and they still won't pick you. Like, who was it? Yeah, because even Rhaenyra was saying that one of her children like wasn't being picked from. I think it was Rhaena. I think she
Mm-hmm.
said Rhaena was having trouble. Yeah, which is very interesting because I'm pretty sure she's gonna be um
Chief
sheep
Stew.
stealer's
Mm-hmm.
rider. Yeah. So I think it's just a case by case situation. And dragons, they somebody had a very interesting comparison of dragons to cats versus like dogs. Um, how like dogs are like the moment they see a person, they're very accepting and loving, like almost immediately. Whereas with a cat, like they judge you, they feel you out, and if they trust you enough, eventually they'll become your friend and make a bond. But like the bond is much more special and I guess closer compared to a dog, or like I don't know. I just found that interesting, like that dragons are giant cats flying around, flying around and blowing fire.
Yeah.
that, but that was a very interesting comparison because they kind of are like that. Like cats are picky, but
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I guess they're just they're intelligent and very good at judging people, just like dragons are.
Yep. Do you feel the Damon side plot is dragging?
Um, yeah, I just think they need to like, I don't know.
They need to get him out of
I
Harrenhal and get him fighting.
I mm, because I know I don't want to spoil it. Well, I'm a I know what happens in the books regarding his character. I don't know when it's going to happen in this show. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen like in the season. So I don't know what. Maybe he just doesn't have that much story from the books that they can pull from. But I'm like, okay, George R. R. Martin is there. Ask him to come up with something other than fucking Dragon Dreams. Like that was the best y'all can do. Like I mean, some of it was interesting, but eventually it just became like repetitive. Like, what is this dude gonna see this episode? Like, how much of it is gonna be reality and how much of it is gonna be drugs? Drug dreams.
Yeah. So
But yeah.
let's get into the actual show. So with few options left, Rhaenyra embarks on a risky venture, while Aemon takes steps to reshape the Green Council. We see Rhaenyra summons a trusty knight for a risky adventure and plots with Masira to catalyze the small folk. Meanwhile, Damon's unease grows, and we start off with the army marching, and I think it was the Lancasters, and they say, "Send a raven to my brother at King's Landing and say we will march when the king is ready, or when King Aemon is ready on Vagar." Then we see Aemon being a dick in council, and he will not listen to anyone, and he wants to make an alliance with the Triarchy. Now you want to make an alliance after you wanted to do everything yourself first.
Yeah, like it's very ironic. And he's just that was hilarious. Like it was I think I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, like right after they was like, well, tell King Damon to get on his big ass fucking dragon and come over here. And then it immediately cuts to Damon being pissed off. I'm not gonna get on my fucking dragon and go over there. Like that was hilarious. Like, oh my God, you're such a baby. But I do understand where he's coming from because he's like the his dragon is really the defense for King's Landing. So,
Which would be
but
smart if
that
you
was
can
hilarious.
if you can get him on his dragon away from King's Landing, that would be the perfect time to attack.
Yeah, so please bring your dragon somewhere else.
So
Please.
he says he wants to take down the sea snake. Then Aemon wants to send Sir Christian to Harrenhal, and I put, what is his end game?
Mm. I have a question. This is off topic, but it just made me think. Do you think the sea snake could possibly kill Vagar? I think he could.
Hmm, interesting, maybe.
I think he's smart enough.
He could. We see
He
Allison
may not.
looks like she's scared shitless in council. And then Eamon replies to someone and says, My uncle is a challenge I welcome if he dares to face me.
Hmm.
He's a little cocky. Then Eamon wants to have a word with his mother and reminds her of her, or remind him of her place on this council. And I put, he's going to get rid of her, which he does.
Yeah.
Then, then we see Coriolis looking at the map on the table, and he has on the pendant of the hand and is now the right hand of Rhaenyra as the council comes in. Then we see she has summoned a guard named Stefan, and she tells him that she needs more dragon riders, to which he says there are no more in your family. She tells him that he is of noble birth and he could try to become a dragon rider. He accepts the risk and is going to try. I put, what the fuck?
Yeah. I knew that would not end well, considering like we've barely seen this person. Oh yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die.
He gonna be flame rolled like a whopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we see Damon in his weird ass mind again. He is walking towards the Iron Throne, and we get to see Viserys, which I said it was good to see him again in full body. Damon tries to get the doors open, and finally the doors open, and Damon falls out to see Simon Strong, to which Damon pulls out a dagger on Simon, and I think Damon is like really going nuts.
Yes.
Damon walks past the witch, and she says, when things don't please you, you run. She ain't wrong.
She's not. No.
To which she replies that you are not a player, you're a piece in the war. She says the crown is not a prize to be won, but a burden to bear. Hmm, sounds like we've heard this before.
Yeah, exactly.
To which she tells Damon not to do nothing now, and in a few days' time, the winds will shift, which is when we get uh, Sir Tully death news.
Yeah.
Then we move on and we see some ceremony where Rhaenyra is trying to get this guard to be able to ride the dragon, and we hear a dragon come up, and it's Sea Smoke they're trying to get him to ride, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's sea smoke.
That's what I
Yeah.
think it was. And he lays down like he's gonna let the guy get on him, and then I put, why do I think he's gonna put him on fire? Yep.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra looks on
Like
in
that.
horror, and Jace grabs her hand and says, "Mother, you have to go."
And going back to what I said about the dragons being cats, that is such a cat thing to do. Like to trick, like to to
Definitely.
trick like their prey. Like, yeah. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah.
That was it wasn't funny, but it was hilarious. It's like, gotcha, bitch. Dracarys. Oh my God.
Then we see Alan and Corliss, who wants Alan to sail with him as his first mate. Then we go into a pub and we see a lady tell the wench that several ladies were taking to the palace where they feast while the small folk suffer. Some dude is berating Rhaenyra, and she turns around and slaps the shit out of him and says, "It's my fault you have forgotten to fear me." Like she slapped the shit out of that dude on her council.
Rightfully so. He deserved it.
Well, that's true.
And I wish, you know what? I just thought about this. I wish Allison would fucking smack her
Her kid.
what's hell yeah. Well yeah, kid. Yeah. Um, because he definitely needs it, clearly.
Then we see Rhaenyra talking to Mysaria and says, "Good news. The small folk are starting looking to some are looking for someone to blame for their hunger. They parade goats through the street and say meat for your dragon, but none for us." Then we see Larius tell Aemon that I lost my place. That the small folk are getting hungry or getting angry, and he says that Sir Christian was his brother's hand, but he has yet to name one. I'm thinking that Clubfoot there is trying to line himself up to be Aemon's hand. Do you think
Yeah.
Aemon's smart enough to fall for it, though?
Hell no. No. Oh, I hope not. No, because he already said that he wants what's his face? Uh Otto to be his hand.
I didn't know he said that.
I know in this episode he asked for Otto. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure the foot dude he said something and then he was like, no, I'm good. But you can oh yeah, that's what it was. He was like, but you can send for Otto. Like you can go and get Otto. And then he would no, yeah, he was like, have Otto like come here. And then he was like, okay, I'll have a bird fly there or whatever. He was like, no, you go get him. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, it was something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I
I'm
remember
pretty
now that you mentioned it.
yeah,
Then we hear that King Aegon has regained consciousness, but his breath is coming easier. Then they are taking off his bandages when Aemon comes in, and then Aemon asks him, "What do you remember?" Aegon says nothing. If you notice the way Aegon was panicking and grabbing the sheets when he saw Aemon, you know he remembers. He knows
yeah,
what happened. I think
yeah,
he's just playing like, yeah, I don't remember.
yeah. I really hope he tells the truth. I think it might cost him his life though if he did.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah. But I don't know if it would do anything, even if he did tell the truth, because I think they don't give a damn.
Then I noticed when Aemon was standing there that his sword is bigger than he is. Have you ever noticed that how his sword just like it looks so much bigger than his little small frame?
Yeah, yeah, I do like that though, because that's like kind of a reminder. Like this dude's supposed to be a kid. Like he's still young. Um, I forget how old they are supposed to be in the books, but I know they're not that old.
I'm guessing
But
like
yeah,
maybe teenagers.
yeah, definitely, yeah,
Then we see Joffrey and Rhaena, who tells him none of this is his fault, and Joffrey says he wants his mother. Then we have the little dragon, and there's a large dragon in the Vale. The lady of the house says it's wild.
not for long.
Not for long. Then we see Alan is shaving his head, not wanting anyone to know the truth. And Alan tells Adam to stop wasting his life for something that will never come. So evidently, Adam is wanting to be recognized as a Valorian, and Alan is like, "Yeah, he ain't ever gonna do that. You're a bastard."
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I do hope. Well, obviously, I'm pretty sure he'll like because he's about to be riding a fucking dragon. I'm sure he'll get bumped up to like being claimed or whatever.
Hopefully. Then we see Jace tell his mother that they need Damon and his dragon. Then Masseria walks in or comes in and says the gifts have been sent, and Jace walks off. Then we see a man on the seashore when a boat appears with food and the black flag on it. Then out on the sea, it seems like there are other boats. Then we see Allison looking like, what the fuck have I done? Sitting beside King Aegon and enters the Mastro and gives an update on his condition. She asks about her letters to her father and has no word. The master says that there's war. So now Allison wants to act like a caring mother and says that she is sorry to Aegon. You about had your son burned alive. Now you're sorry, bitch.
Yeah.
So my next question is, do you think she's plotting against Aemond? Do you think Allison is plotting against Aemond?
Mm, I don't know. I know that he's her son, but you can tell like she doesn't like him. And she didn't I don't think she always liked what um Eamon, not Eamon. What's his name?
Aegon?
Damon. Well, Aegon, yeah. She didn't always like what he would do as king, but I feel like she realized he's a little bit more easier to control. But whereas Aemond, she definitely can't control him. Like he was trying to, he kicked her off, like kicked her out pretty much. So yeah, yeah. I think she's maybe going to find a way to get back in. I don't know, but I hope he dies. I like that. I like the actor, but I hope that character dies because he's an asshole.
Then Allison sees her brother and gives him her blessing as she stares at Sir Christian. She asks about her son, Darren. I said, oh, yay, a heart to heart with her brother. Then we see Sir Christian looking at Allison, and I put, he done fucked up and ain't getting that anymore.
Yeah,
Then Allison goes and sees Helena, who says, I guess she was messing with some birds or something, says, this one has stopped singing. It's strange. Allison says that they should go light a candle for Aegon. Then we see that the crowd is running with food, and someone asks, where did you get that food? Someone says, Queen Rhaenyra sends the ships. She thinks of us even now. During this time, you remember the guy that has like the sick daughter, the
mm,
the blacksmith? He was messing
yeah.
with the dog. I seen people on Twitter is like, yeah, he was sizing up that dog because he was gonna take that dog and cook it.
Somebody was saying it. Yeah, I'm like, thank God they didn't though, because don't kill the dog. The dog didn't do anything.
I know the dog is the star of the show. Then the
Yeah,
guards,
exactly.
yeah, the guards come in and say to the queens that they must leave. The crowd begins to throw stuff at them and say, "Long live Queen Rhaenyra." Then we see a guard cut off a small folk's hand as Allison says, "Sheathe your swords," and the guards begin to fight with the townspeople. Then we see that Allison got cut by one of the guards in the melee, maybe, and she got cut in the same spot as she cut Rhaenyra, as the small folk kept chanting Rhaenyra's name. What do you
She
think
should have
about all
told them
that?
to I forgot about that. She was kind of stupid with that. She should have told them to to sheathe their swords when they were like safe. Because the moment she said that, they were like, bet. Now it's time to to, to go crazy.
Yeah, but I think
Because yeah,
she didn't want them to hurt the town people because then it's gonna look bad on the
true.
greens also.
Oh yeah. Well, it already did. It was too late. The shit was already
Well,
out of the
even
horse.
worse than what it did.
True. True.
Then we see Clubfoot, I mean Larys,
Yeah.
go see King Aegon and says he says that I thought he was gonna kill him. I really did. That's why I thought Larys was there. And he tells him that
Yeah.
he'll never be whole and your mind is all that remains. That nobody will care about your birth. I mean, nobody cares about your birth, Larys, as Larys tells Aegon the story of what happened to him. I said, so come, can someone kill Larys already? Larius goes on to tell Aegon that people will pity him and they will only stare at him, and says that his brother rules in his place and his life is in danger, and he knows that.
I mean, yeah,
I, I would not put it past Aemon to kill him. I really wouldn't. Or have somebody do it.
yeah. And I wouldn't blame him. Yeah.
Yay, we're back to Damon and his wild ass mind. I put this is really starting to bore me if they're not going to give him a repentance arc. Then we get
Yeah.
sorrowful news Lord Grover Tully is dead, and Oscar Tully is now in charge of the Riverlands.
Yay.
Then we get some emotion out of Damon. What the fuck? Either make him a strong character or a pussy.
Right. Yeah.
There's a dragon flying over the seashore as people take off running. We see Adam take off running as the dragon begins to chase him. Dude, you are wanted.
For real
We
though,
see the
that whole
dragon.
scene was scary. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no. Like when Adam was up against the rock and the dragon landed, that was
Yes.
like a jump scare for me.
Me too. Oh my
I
God, it
was not
scared the
expecting
fuck out
that
of me.
shit.
It,
Like
but
it
it was
literally
so
scared the piss
good.
out of me.
It scared me, but I was like, oh my God, yes. Yes.
I don't
That
think
was
Sea
such a
Smoke
good
is that. I
scene.
don't think he's that pretty of a dragon. I think he's ugly as hell.
Really? I think
Yes.
he's pretty. He's like grayish,
Maybe I
maybe
just
a
need
little
to see a
blue.
better picture of him.
I mean, well, the name is pretty as well. I mean, it fits the color of him, gray.
Yeah. But he wants Adam as his rider. Then we see Masseria informs Rhaenyra of their plan and how it went. And then Rhaenyra tells her that she fears that Daemon has turned against her. Masseria tells Rhaenyra about her father abusing her, and now we are going to get some girl on girl action. Was you expecting that?
I kind of wasn't. Um, and I wonder, I question her like intentions. Like, why is she doing this? Is it because she feels this way, or is it because she wants to like seal the deal, I guess you could say. Like,
Good question.
yeah.
Then we see a guard come in and says that Sea Smoke has been spotted and has a rider. They think it's a green. Rhaenyra gets on her dragon and flies off as Jace comes in and she takes off. And her dragon had the best takeoff. What is her dragon's name? I forgot.
Um,
Is her is her Cyrex?
I think so.
I think so. And that's how episode 6 ends with her taking off to find out who has taken claim to Sea Smoke.
That was, I'm kind of sad that it ended that way. I'm like, damn, come on, give us more. But I'm excited to see what happens. Well, the trailer was interesting.
Yes, so let's talk about the
Because
previews
like
for
they're,
next week then. So
yeah,
she
yeah,
finds Sea Smoke and the rider, and she asks, "What do you
yeah,
want?" I want Adam to respond with, "I don't know, bitch. He found me.
exactly. Like I didn't ask for this. He fucking hunted me down, bitch. Like,
Pinned me up against a
yeah,
rock to where I almost shit my
exactly.
pants."
Yes, yes. But yeah, I'm sure eventually they'll like she'll understand. Hopefully, she understands like quickly, like
I think it'll be brought
who
to her
he is, and
attention, yeah, that he's Corlius's bastard son.
yeah, exactly.
Then we see
Yeah,
Alicent feeling guilty, and then we hear
per
Rhaenyra,
usual.
yeah, then we hear Rhaenyra says, "With these dragons, peace will be stored." And I put next week looks really good. I hope.
Yeah, and I hope that like maybe we get to see somebody claim. Fuck, what's the name of it?
Sheep Stealer.
The next big. Oh, that one, but also like the one that I can't remember the name of. Um, the one that's like is the next biggest one compared to Vagar. I forgot the name though. Let me let me Google.
Google's your friend.
I know.
So I'm hoping, since we only got two more episodes, I'm hoping like this coming episode is gonna pick up a little more. I thought
Vermithor.
we would have like more fighting in these episodes than what we've had though.
Me too. Yeah. I think I think it just costs so much money for the CGI that they don't want to do it. I don't know. But Vermithor is the next one that is that hasn't been claimed. That's in the dragon pit.
Who do you think's gonna claim him?
Sorry. Sorry, I keep looking down. I saw a spider. And I'm like, please don't
Ugh.
kill me. I freaking that's the downside about like the summer is that the bugs
Mm-hmm.
come out.
Oh, we had a
Um,
rainstorm about like 2 o'clock here, and then the sun come out, and I'm like, "Yep, here come the black ants."
oh no.
Yes.
I hate them.
And I've
Mm,
had my house sprayed, and them little fuckers still find a way to get in.
yeah. But you asked who do I think will claim? I don't know. Um, well, I don't know what side will claim. I'm well, Vagar is already on the green side, so we need the black side needs Vermithor. So who? I don't think it would be one of her kids. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. A tiny ass person on a big ass dragon? Uh-uh. I don't know. Now I'm curious to see who claims them in the book. Maybe it is a bastard
Maybe.
that hopefully goes to the black side. Maybe it's what's Jim call it? The one with the sick kid. Because I'm pretty sure he's a bastard as well. So yeah.
Well,
Maybe he claims Vermithor.
guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm hoping
anything
these
else. Go ahead.
oh yeah, me either. I was just gonna say I hope these last two episodes pick up.
I do too.
Um, yeah. I don't want like a huge cliffhanger like this last episode was because it kind of irritated me. Like we had filler in this episode, and you're gonna end it with a cliffhanger? What? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. I was like, that don't that don't even make sense. So, and
yeah,
if they do give us like a cliffhanger in the finale, it's not like it's good, but not like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Not like an oh shit moment, maybe.
yeah. Well, I would like a oh shit moment, but not like that because this wasn't really an oh shit moment. This was like,
Yeah.
okay, she's going to go see, but like, why can't we just get that little part where they meet? Like, I don't know. I guess I'll never be happy, but I don't know because I need more of this. Um, but even with the last, how did the? Oh yeah, I don't think that was a cliffhanger. Well, kind of was, but it was a oh shit cliffhanger. I guess why I'm upset is because this cliffhanger. I mean, yeah, it's interesting, but I mean, we pretty much kind of know that they're going to eventually get along. Because, bitch, you need dragons.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get along with him because you need him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I think because it wasn't an oh shit, um, oh my God, words,
Moment.
an oh shit cliffhanger, that's kind of what makes me upset. I'm like, okay, like if this was a battle and then it ended abruptly, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't
But
have
yeah,
any. Go ahead.
oh, me either. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. I'm just ready for next week. I think next week's gonna be the episode we've been waiting for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I need another big battle.
Hmm.
I need another big battle.
But I want to thank everyone for watching or listening to this episode of the Mid Podcast review of House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 6. Make sure to follow the podcast on X at the Mid Podcast. And also on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to follow Jordan on all his socials, which are located up in the right corner of his screen. And we look forward to seeing episode 7, and we will be back Tuesday evening to discuss it as we are winding down toward the end of season 2. You have anything else you want to say before we head out, Jordan?
Um, I just love Cheese's dog.
He's the dog, the heir to the
Yes.
Iron Throne.
Yes, exactly.
And on that note, don't lose your head. Find you a dragon that looks at you like Sea Smoke looks at Adam.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
And we will see y'all next week. Bye.